We have so much baseball to watch today, and of course, we're not going to miss those comments made by a Padres radio host when it comes to Arizona. We're going to defend those. Don't you go anywhere. You're about to see some fireworks. Happy Friday to you all. Welcome into another edition of the PHNX Diamondbacks podcast, live from Studio K, presented by our friends at Circle K. It is I, your mayor of PHNX, occasionally known as Derek Montilla. Thrilled to have you guys here with us. Thrilled to be talking more about Arizona Diamondbacks baseball. But we have so much baseball on tap today. There is World Baseball Classic games happening as we speak. And there are two, not one, but two Diamondbacks games happening here in about an hour. We got a little split squad action from the Dbacks after they got beat pretty handedly yesterday by the Chicago Cubs. Thrilled to have you guys here. Thrilled to have you here, Michael Dixon. Welcome in. Of course, I'm not alone. I got my guy, Damon Dawg, a.k.a. Damon Farrell, on the ones and twos today. Bark, bark, Damon. We're about to let you off the leash today, buddy.
Yeah.
Because there were some comments made by a Padres radio host over at Friars Territory that you are going to see for the first time. Damon is going to see for the first time. I've seen 100 times. I don't know why the video is 2 hours long, but apparently it is. And I have a lot of thoughts on this radio host's comments in regards to Merrill Kelly signing with the Diamondbacks versus signing with the Padres due to the tax situation in California, and we are going to get into that. And then Damon's going to scream a lot and start a brand new rivalry. So we're excited for that. But first, we have, instead of a rivalry, we have, I guess, something sweet happening yesterday. We had a city council meeting, if you will, on the mound before the Diamondbacks game with the Chicago Cubs, and that felt right. That felt good. That felt nice. We had father and son swapping lineup cards. Brady Council, 22-year-old Arizona Diamondbacks prospect, made his professional debut in this game against the Cubs with his father, Craig, in the opposing dugout. Craig, you may remember, Diamondbacks hero at one time. A 10th round pick in the 2025 MLB draft. Council got his chance here to start for the Dbacks and was named to the club's roster, spring roster at least, for this matchup with the Cubs. Who is managed again there by Craig Counsell. So Craig Counsell got to come out, got a special moment to swap cards with his kid, and then he was also asked afterwards about what he thought about his son's first at bat, or how he would react to his son's first at bat. He said, "I'll close my eyes and watch the video later." So hey, good vibes all the way around, and again. It's weird because, yes, spring training, even the World Baseball Classic, a lot of this is supposed to just be about, kind of the vibes, right? But that's not the case if you're talking about the Australian team. The Australian team doesn't want any friends, doesn't need any new friends. But Diamondbacks, again, they lost yesterday by a score of 8-1 to the Chicago Cubs. Not a lot of good came out of this game overall. Counsell did walk in his one at bat, by the way, for the Diamondbacks. So good eye there, kid. Good eye, good start to his career. He just had the one at bat overall. But meanwhile, the Diamondbacks did not fare very well here against the Cubs. Gabby Moreno, he was 1 for 3. He had a single that went out at like 109 miles per hour exit velo. So not encouraging to see Gabby at least get another hit, but he also struck out one of his other at-bats, and he's still hitting 150 right now with a 300 OPS. So Still a slow start. Not really overly concerned, Damon, when it comes to Gabby Moreno's slow start, but still, let's just hope that things pick up for him overall before opening day comes around. That would be the hope. Don't care what his spring numbers end up at, but would like to see him have at least a couple of games with multiple hits in these games before the opening day is here. Meanwhile, Druw Jones, he looks very ready so far for regular season be here. He tossed his second consecutive scoreless outing of 1 inning. He has allowed 1 walk with 4 strikeouts in 3 appearances. So Druw, in the last few days where the Diamondbacks have given up some runs, yesterday almost everybody in their lineup or in their bullpen gave up runs. Druw Jones was a bright spot there. And then again, Brady Council drew a walk in his first ever spring training at bat. Pavin Smith went 1 for 3 with his second home run of spring. Christopher Torrin, he is a guy that's kind of coming on strong now. We've heard a lot of good things about him. Torrey's brought him up a couple of times. Torrin went 2 for 3 with a double. And then Jose Fernandez continues to contribute. He went 1 for 3 with a double as well. But I guess the big story, if you want to call it a story from yesterday's game, would be Ryan Nelson starting and not being perfect in his second outing of Cactus League play. He struggled right out of the gate. He gave up a leadoff double to Michael Busch, and then that was followed up by an RBI triple to Nico Hoerner. I believe Nico Hoerner scored on the next batter grounding out, and that was the 2 earned runs that he gave up just immediately, right? He was able to settle in and still find his groove. He didn't give up any more runs than that, but he did go 2 2/3 innings pitched, allowing 3 hits, 2 earned runs, did not walk anybody, and struck out 3. So some encouraging things there when it comes to his lineup, as well as, not so great things. No reason to overreact. No reason to think that this immediately takes Ryan Nelson out of the potential running to compete for opening day, if that competition even exists. I feel like that it might be there. I don't know if the results, once again, matter as much as if these guys are doing what is asked of them, but it almost feels like this situation favors Zach Gallen due to his experience, due to pitching on opening day before, due to multiple reasons, right? So it does feel a little bit like Ryan Nelson almost has to kind of be perfect here in order for him to earn that nod on opening day. But that's just me speculating. I might not be correct about that. They might be looking at Ryan Nelson in a much different way, and it might honestly be based on how stretched out these guys are, with Zach Gallen being just a little bit behind. But Ryan Nelson did turn to his fastball a lot, as he typically does. He had a 48% fastball usage in yesterday's game. He only had 1 whiff with the fastball. He did throw the cutter 26% of the time and the curveball 21% of the time. So Ryan continues to work on his secondary stuff, his breaking stuff, and hopefully, what we can see develop here over the next few weeks is a secondary pitch that can be substantially successful and help out that fastball that's already one of the best pitches in all of Major League Baseball. But again, I don't know. Damon, am I being dramatic when I'm going to start looking at the results now of every outing between Ryan Nelson and Zach Gallen and immediately saying, oh, that tipped it this way or that tipped it that way? Do you really think that there's a competition like that, or do you ultimately think it's going to be based on who is ready and who is most stretched out?
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's, I don't know, this organization, I think, defers a lot to, like tradition and respect.
Right.
And
right.
Torrey is big on that kind of stuff. So it kind of makes me think Zach's going to get it, honestly. If you're putting a gun to my head, I'm being like, I think Zach Gallen's going to be the opening day starter. But it should be Ryan Nelson probably.
It's wild because it doesn't feel necessarily like that is what, that is the best choice, but it could be, you know what I mean? It could be the best choice. I agree with you when it comes to the way that they traditionally do things, though. They do things based on, guys, the past and what guys have done for the organization and all sorts of other things besides just who is pitching well now. And especially in this case, who can go out there and on opening day give them 6 innings. If they don't feel like Zach is going to be able to pitch a full game, if he's going to be limited on a pitch count of any kind, then I don't necessarily believe that it's, a priority to rush him out there and put him in that game and put the Diamondbacks in a position where they might have to use their bullpen a lot and immediately kind of be behind the proverbial 8 ball after one game, because that's going to be a tough series in Los Angeles. So I feel like length for the opening day starter is going to be important. It's going to set kind of the tone a little bit for that series.
For the whole season.
I mean,
if we win the series, we're winning it all.
It did last year.
We're winning the division. If we lose the series, it's all over.
Wrap it up. We're not even making the playoffs.
We might as well not even do a podcast the rest of the year. That's how I see it.
That's where the Casamigos tequila comes into play.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Put a little bit of that in my mug, and then we're good to go. But again, we're going to see. We're probably going to overreact to everything that Gallen and Nelly do between now and when that decision is made. Let's hope that the Diamondbacks don't wait until 2 days before opening day to make that decision. I mean, it kind of sucks for them because I feel like they were definitely they were intentionally trying to get out ahead of this.
Yeah.
They were trying to not let this be a controversy by naming Merrill Kelly early on. They're like the earliest we've ever seen them name an opening day starter. And then, he gets basically slowed by nerves, the nerve of those nerves. But today's split squad action, we have a lot of fun today. The Diamondbacks will be playing the White Sox, and they will be playing the Brewers. We got
White Sox. That just makes me feel like it should be at TEP.
Yeah,
in Tucson.
Yeah,
White Sox, Dbacks.
Yeah,
the way it used to be, the way it should be.
The good old days.
The good old days, man. That was electric.
Torrey will be managing at Salt River Fields against the White Sox. Meanwhile, Banny managing against the Brewers out there. What a matchup of managers in that game. Scowls. Solid scowls. Some of the best scowls you'll see in baseball. The Dbacks have won 6 of their last 8 games. Daniel Egan gets his first start here after making his spring debut on February 27th versus the Mariners. He went 2 innings in that game, didn't give up any runs, didn't give up any hits, didn't walk anyone, struck out 2 through 21 pitches. Pavin Smith has hit safely in 4 games. Tommy Troy has hit safely in 7 of his 9 games, including 3 multi-hit performances. Your guy, Ryan Waldschmidt, has 4 extra base hits in his last 6 games, including 3 doubles and a home run. And the Waldy agenda is alive and well.
I'm just amen, Derek. Amen, brother. That's the gospel that I pray to. That's for sure.
These guys getting a ton of playing time for sure, right?
The dude's just ripping the cover off the baseball too. I saw something that he has 3 of the top 50 exit velos in spring. Is that good?
That's pretty good.
I mean, the guy, I don't. I'm not claiming he's ready necessarily right away because we're going to find out about that. And he might make the roster, he might not.
But what is he?
He's going to be on the MLB roster at some point. He's going to rip the cover off the baseball even more. He might kill somebody in the GA lawn section out at the Reno Stadium.
If you're attending Reno Aces games, make sure you have glass coverage.
100%.
I don't care where you're
insurance.
I don't want to get started.
Let's not get into insurance.
Let's not get into insurance.
Also, Tommy Troy. I asked you the question. I think it was a week ago, Derek. Is the Dbacks utility man in house? Because there was rumors from John Gambadoro of Arizona Sports, saying that the Diamondbacks, after trading Blaze Alexander, after moving Jordan Lawler to the outfield, were in talks with other teams or free agents looking for a utility man, and I was like, I don't know, man. Tommy Troy was in Reno last year. There isn't another level in between.
Yeah.
His spring has been so hot.
Yeah.
He's played 3 years of college baseball at a high level. He's taken his time in the minor leagues. I think now is the time, and the guy can play outfield, second, third. That's the utility man. I'm looking at him.
He also made one of the most basic mistakes I've ever seen a baseball player make, losing track of the count.
Don't do that.
I know. I'm just saying. Okay, when that happened, I was actually in the clubhouse, And typically I reserve.
Like, that's what spring's for, man. We're getting back into it.
I don't like reacting in front of the players, and I like let out an audible. Like, I was sitting there watching it on the TV. I was like, what are you doing? And then, like, I think it was Alex Weiner from 98.7 had to look at me like, what are you doing right now? You know, that kind of thing. But it was such an egregious mistake. And again, it was just a matter of him losing track of the count, thinking that the final pitch was a ball. But again, even things like that could be the difference maker as far as how the coaching staff and how people feel about how ready you are to be out there to major league level, right? But again, I'm not suggesting at all that that's going to be anything that's going to keep a guy that's hitting .524 with a 1.238 OPS off the field or off of a major league roster. So Tommy Troy is doing everything he should be doing to try to win himself that role. And again, you're absolutely right. If the Diamondbacks are truly looking for this utility guy, they have a few guys. I mean, Tim Tao has hit safely in 5 of his 6 games. He's hitting .316. Oh, hell yeah. With a double, a home run, 3 RBI, and 2 walks. I think our guy Book's Journey wanted me to give respect where it was due to Pavin Smith. He has not only hit safely in 4 straight games, but he has 4 extra base hits in those 4 games and 2 home runs. So great stuff from Pavin. Great stuff from a lot of these guys. Just not a lot of it yesterday. There's not a lot of offense to speak about in yesterday's 8-1 loss. Meanwhile, though, we do have good news here when it comes to Merrill Kelly. He did throw bullpen yesterday. Torey Lovullo said that he threw 26 or 27 pitches. He used his entire arsenal, and everything went according to plan. Torey said, I got a chance to speak with him directly after the bullpen, and he said he feels really good. Next steps are to be determined, Damon, but the next steps would essentially be perhaps maybe another bullpen and then a live BP, and then maybe even, we see him get into a simulated game or something. I doubt we'll see Merrill Kelly in any spring training games, especially with the short kind of runway here between now and the start of the regular season, but everything is progressing in the right direction as far as him not actually missing any time, him just being plugged in at the back end of the rotation there against the Tigers, most likely.
That's great to hear. And, I think that, this organization has been so burned by injuries in the last 2 seasons in particular that I have a feeling that they're probably just being very overly cautious with a lot of these injuries.
Sure.
And that's why you're seeing reports that Merrill's going to not really miss a start. He's just going to be plugged in the back end of the rotation. He's going to miss opening day. Corbin is going to be due to return sometime in and around opening day.
He was Corbin was hitting, from my understanding, Corbin was actually hitting baseballs yesterday.
I mean, Corbin's ridiculous. And as
not
Torey
off a
says,
tee or anything like that, like actually just hitting. I don't know if it's like balls tossed to him or what the next step would be, but I mean, he's getting very close to being cleared.
Probably some cage BP, you would assume, like not like full simulation stuff, but like get L screen in the cage, coach throwing him some BP. But I think that you hear that these guys are kind of planning on coming back around right when opening day is starting, and to me at least that screams like, yeah, they're actually probably fine. Like if it was the regular season and it was like we're gonna have to shut you down or play, a lot of them probably would push through it. But the fact that it's spring training, this is when you're, trying to be healthy, trying to get ready to go. I feel like, maybe it feels like it's like doom or gloom. Everybody's getting hurt, but possibly it's just the Dbacks being like, oh, we just want to make sure that no one has a really bad injury during the season.
And I mean, again, like you said, we've been burned. We've been burned by trying to get guys back. We've seen these players re-aggravate injuries. We know that Erod kind of had a problem with that when he had like that oblique injury and they were trying to get him back. Same thing with Merrill. Merrill in the past, when he's had injuries, they tried to get him back and suffered a little bit of a setback. So 100%, that's not what they want. And like, luckily right now, they have just enough depth to cover it. So why not utilize that depth and keep yourself out of a situation where you're panicking or forcing a guy to come back too early? The same could be said with the outfield. We know that Lourdes Gurriel is trying to everything he can to be back and ready by opening day. We know Corbin is doing the same. But right now,
Lourdes is a maniac.
Lourdes is legitimately.
He's Wolverine.
A healing factor.
He's
in his
Cuban
genetics.
Wolverine.
But he is definitely a guy that doesn't need to rush to come back. Neither does Corbin with at least the initial depth they have here with their minor league guys. And again, when they're ready and at 100%, truly at 100%, then, their returns will be a boost to this team. And I still think that is something that is going to give this team almost getting them levels up as the season goes on. Every time one of these guys returns, I think it's going to give them such a boost,
I hope you guys, I've said this before, but I'm going to keep saying it. I hope you guys are ready for the trade deadline additions are on the way.
They're already
in-house.
They're already on the roster.
Their names are Justin Martinez, AJ Puck, and Corbin Burns. And so we don't need to actually trade for anybody because we have another all-star caliber reliever, and then our young, reliever that we put a ton of stock into all coming back. So guys, don't worry about it. We're not going to trade for anybody.
We're good. But you know who we're not good with? We're not good with a certain San Diego Padres radio host named Darren Smith, who took shots at Merrill Kelly.
I don't even know what he said yet.
Returning to this team. Damon has not heard this or watched this video. He knows nothing of these comments, and we are going to get his reaction to the things said by Darren Smith in regards to Merrill Kelly returning to the Diamondbacks and not going to the Padres. Let's do that on the other side of this break. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback Show. Well, Circle K is Derek's thirst stop. It's Damon's thirst stop, but it's also America's thirst stop because it is the place for you to stop by, get yourself something to drink, get your car filled up with gas, and of course, even maybe get yourself something to eat if you're hungry. But most importantly, save on coffee, save on those, of course, wonderful Polar Pops, especially if you're an Inner Circle member, and you'll save on Frosters as well. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the app today, and you'll save on all sorts of things at Circle K. And it's very easy to do. Once you've signed up, all you have to do is use your phone number to save and get yourself 79-cent Polar Pops and 99-cent Frosters, as well as a bevy of savings around the store, especially if you're looking to save on gas right now, which things are not cheap. So, of course, want to save on gas, and you can do that by buying yourself 3 20-ounce Coca-Cola products, and you'll save 25 cents off per gallon as an Inner Circle member. They also have their Inner Circle Fuel Days that pop up all the time, and we can't wait for the next one of those. So make sure to stop by Circle K today, but first join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app. Terms and conditions do apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. And we are proud to be talking about Casamigos tequila, of course. It is the drink of the World Cup. Enjoy the World Cup with Casamigos. Enjoy it with your amigos. Enjoy it with your friends, your fans, your frenemies. Damon has lots of those when World Cup time comes around. Together, we can all celebrate and watch the World Cup one Casamigos marg at a time. No matter who you're supporting, say cheers with a Casamigos margarita. Pair your World Cup watch party together with a delicious new ready-to-enjoy Casamigos margarita. Made with the best simple ingredients, Blanco tequila, lime juice, and natural flavors. They're sure to rival any of your favorite hangout spots. And of course, you can have these watch parties right in your own home. Uncork, pour over ice, and garnish with lime, and you'll be enjoying your margarita as well as the World Cup in no time. They got 2 flavors right now, classic lime and spicy. And I love myself a spicy marg. So Casamigos, the drink of the World Cup. Whether you're at your favorite spot or stocking up for home, make it Casamigos. Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to call this next guy a frenemy, Damon. I think this might just go straight into enemy territory. But Friar Territory co-host Darren Smith, which is a Padres podcast.
We're looking at you, Friedman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's
Jesse's friend Darren.
Let's handle it in house. I feel like why does it have to be a PHNX sort of ordeal?
I don't know. I don't know why we have to let this business spill into the streets. But he had some scathing comments about Merrill Kelly's decision to not re-sign with the San Diego Padres. Sign with the San Diego Padres this offseason. Kelly said on Foul Territory in regards to the state of California and nothing in regards to the San Diego Padres, franchise themselves. Kelly said they take too much money. The taxes over there are unbelievable. He said there was a team out in California. I think everyone can pretty much figure out who that was. There was a 3-year offer guaranteed on the table. I don't think it's any secret how much money you get taken out of your pocket when you go to California, unless you're a Dodger, right? We know that. But anyway, back to this situation. There was a reaction here on the Friars Territory podcast that Damon has not seen yet. And these are some very like I said, scathing words when it comes to Merrill Kelly's decision here. Damon, do we want to go ahead and play this and then instantly go to a camera on you with your reaction to this?
Yeah, I'm getting kind of nervous all of a sudden. I was fine, and now for some reason I'm like, what did this guy say?
It's a lot. Go ahead and let's fire this up. This is what Darren Smith had to say about Kelly returning to the Dbacks.
Marty, listen, there's a lot here. There's a lot here, and I do not want to sound like a judgmental a-hole.
No. Go ahead. It's fine.
But I will.
Okay.
Listen, my wife went to high school in Phoenix, right outside of Phoenix. Her parents live there. I enjoyed visiting there from time to time. If you choose to live in the desert, in the summer, instead of living in San Diego, just to save a couple of $1,000,000, then like, hey, good for you, dude. Like, good for you. Now, he's a lifelong Diamondback, but for a stretch of time last year where he got traded to the Texas Rangers and then he came back here in free agency. He signed a 2-year, $40 million contract. The reporting around here was that he was offered 3 years guaranteed and about $50+ million. So a little bit less on the AAV if the reporting is accurate, but it was a 3-year deal. I do know that, and I think that the money that's been reported is north of $50 million. Can I just say, though, to Merrill Kelly before we attack him, I would like to say I hope that you, sir, are an influence in your community. And what I mean by that is I hope you set an example for lots of other people from Arizona that they don't come here in the summer either. If you don't want to come here in the summer, then you should tell your fellow Arizonans not to come to San Diego in the summer. Please stay home this summer and every other summer after that. Because I think I speak for a lot of people in San Diego, Marty. Like, we don't want people from Arizona flooding our freeways and our beaches and our restaurants all summer long. So
don't forget
Merrill Kelly's advice and stay in the Valley of the Sun. Do us all a favor. Do yourselves a favor. Stay there. Don't come here this summer, Zonies. Please don't do that.
Expedia. Click.
Are you checking flights to
San Diego? Oh, sorry. I was on stays for a second. Leaving from Phoenix. Perfect. Thanks. To San Diego. Absolutely. That's exactly what I wanted.
Yeah.
And let's go, March 20th through like the 24th?
That's my birthday.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I'll add 2. Why don't we make it a double PHNX Dbacks trip?
Oh, man.
That would be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just checking. Or, you know what? Would it be better to bring the truck so that it has the Arizona plates on the back so everyone knows
let's take the truck.
Exactly where we're from.
Yeah. That way we can fly the big Dbacks flag as well behind it and an Arizona flag.
So let me get this right. He's enjoyed his time visiting Phoenix. But
he wants us to
God
come
forbid
to San Diego.
People from the state of Arizona go to the nearest beach in the country to us.
First of all, my first thought is restaurant and bar owners in the San Diego area would like a word, sir.
Oh, yeah.
They would first.
Oh, yeah. Small businesses.
Does not speak for us.
Yeah.
We
Small
like
business
your
owners.
Arizona money because it spends exactly like California money. You know what are you even talking about? Why is Merrill Kelly's decision to not go to San Diego for a lower AAV? He said it himself. $50 million for 3 years versus $40 million for 2. So for less money, right? And another year of commitment. But I get it. Overall, more money. But is it? Or is Merrill Kelly actually a genius? Because athletes face a significantly higher tax in California than even the regular person, even the regular millionaire. Damon?
Unless you're Kyle Tucker.
Unless you're Kyle Tucker or Shohei Ohtani, then you don't pay any taxes. But California has a top marginal tax rate of 13.3% compared to Arizona's flat tax rate of 2.5%. 11%, almost 11% more. A $40 million 2-year contract would cost an athlete roughly $2.7 million in California taxes versus only $500,000 in Arizona. So let's start there. Plus, there's the jock tax application, which also taxes out-of-state athletes for visiting the state of California, which does it based on duty days and a formula that takes days worked in state and total season days and divides them. California is ridiculous when it comes to that, right? But more importantly, this notion that San Diego is just better than Arizona and that Phoenix is some sort of god-awful place to live. Yeah, maybe for a little while in July. Maybe for a little while in July.
And maybe that's his point. And listen,
but the rest of the time, it's great to live here. What are we talking about?
It's conflicting because I love San Diego. Like I go to San Diego usually
I don't
multiple
let one
times
person
a year.
Speak on behalf of a town that I like going to either, Damon. So I refuse to allow that here. But the idea that you are hurt and that you're going to take that hurt out on in a very childish manner by telling Merrill Kelly to stay home and don't visit San Diego anymore and tell the rest of your people from Arizona they're not welcomed either is clown behavior.
I mean, Merrill Kelly will be there every time he plays the Padres in a series, and you're going to like it.
You're going to love it, in fact. Yeah. Because now he's going to have some bulletin board material for every time he visits the fine city of San Diego.
I mean, it's not going to like – I hear stuff like that, and it genuinely just makes me want to go more. Like that is how I feel about it. Producer Ayrton of the PHNX Suns podcast last weekend was in San Diego. Went out for the first time. Gave him some spots. He loved it. He loved it, Derek. Yeah. And the whole time, you know what I keep saying? I'm so jealous. I got to plan a trip to San Diego soon. Mm-hmm. This right here only added fuel to that fire.
Yeah, it's already.
Now I'm thinking about San Diego. I can't wait to go back.
You're wondering,
and also when you come to Arizona,
to the beach. How close can we get to the beach?
For sure. And when he comes to Arizona, I hope he has a great time, like he said that he did last time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm going to enjoy my time. However, I feel like it. Spend my money how I want, and then you can do the same.
You know what?
So can Merrill Kelly.
You know what infuriates me the most there is that he had to say like twice in the same sentence, like desert, living in the desert.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do, man, and we love it. We love it. We love it so much. I mean,
listen, a lot of places have inclement weather. Not everywhere is Southern California. It's hella expensive to live in Southern California. That's part of the reason. But also, the weather here is nice for the majority of the year. It really is. And it's just a portion of the year where you're like, But when you're built for it, like me, I mean, it's no big deal. Also, Cesar, $2 super chat. Said, I'm so going to San Diego now.
Let's go. Cesar.
We got everybody in the chat saying it. Lando, Michael Dixon. I mean, Jeremy, we're all planning a PHNX Dbacks trip where we just kind of take over.
Yeah. Book's Journey makes a great point. He says, I think it's flattering that they wanted Kelly that bad and he chose us.
Yeah. I mean, Merrill Kelly loves Arizona.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any question about that. And yes, I think there are a lot of people that would prefer to live in Arizona than San Diego, but that doesn't mean that you can't visit a place.
Thank you. Well said. Well said. You know, you get a lot of flack for your Tucson love, right? And you could argue that the insults hurled Tucson's way are a similar fashion, like very childish, like almost proving you don't know ball. You said you were just here. You were just here. Then you should know how beautiful it is here.
Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it. Except, could you imagine the summer? I mean, that's all you got? Like, that's just not going to do it.
We have AC and pools. We're fine. I promise you. In fact, I wear this hoodie sometimes in July.
When you're in this office.
Especially in this office.
Yeah.
It's
no doubt about it.
You know. But hey, we appreciate it. And now, thanks to you, we're all planning trips to San Diego. I'm telling all of my friends to come. I'm telling them to congest your freeways. I'm telling them to ask all of the questions about where stuff is instead of using their GPS. And I hope we annoy the crap out of you.
I'm thinking from about like from now March until September-ish, we should just kind of take over the state.
Yeah.
What's that, like 6 months?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not even that big of a deal.
It's not.
So why don't we all just start planning vacations from now until then and have a great time?
We're going to, and you can't stop us from doing so. And you can't stop Merrill Kelly from beating your baseball team. So trust me, we'll remember this. We'll revisit this. We'll come back to this whole situation here soon. But
shout out Merrill Kelly for adding a little bit of fuel to the fire. I thought he was going to like come after the team or something, and I was going to be like, what have the Padres ever won? Here's an answer. Absolutely nothing. And they've been around since the 60s.
Yep.
And the Dbacks have a World Series. You don't, last time I checked. The Dbacks have been to a World Series more recently than the Padres have. And at this moment in time, the Padres are doing nothing but hemorrhaging all of their really good players. I mean, they're losing guys left and right.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they couldn't be like similarly good next year. They still have, Tatis, Machado, some really good players. But, in the last couple of years, you've lost Juan Soto. You've lost, Luis Arias, who I know is not great, but like he's not on the team anymore. You got to replace him. And I feel like, this is just I really truly feel like the Diamondbacks are going to be better than the Padres next year.
Well, you could argue that with their young players, especially these guys that we've seen stepping up in spring training, the future is much brighter than the Padres. However,
yeah, I think our owner is like, as maybe our owners who knew the whole time that really it was. I think when we needed some extra bucks,
money
we were calling Big Daddy Walton up a little bit and saying, "Hey, buddy, what do you think about tossing a few extra our way?" But
maybe we go crazy after the 2027 season. Who knows, right?
Yeah, but I think this team is trying to win more than the Padres are. When you're looking at like at least extending players, and the Padres are like, "Oh, we can't afford Juan Soto anymore." And it's like, who does things like that? I thought you guys got him because you were trying to win.
Yeah.
Well, Merrill Kelly might have taken a little bit less per total value. When you factor in the taxes, it's probably a lot closer. Maybe something more like the Padres offered him, $7 million, $6 million more dollars for one more year. And Merrill Kelly feels like he could probably get that when he's a free agent, unless he's injured or something.
Yeah,
but also, what if Merrill Kelly wants to play on a team that's better? What if Merrill Kelly wants to play on the team that he thinks has a better chance of winning?
What if Merrill Kelly just wants to live in Arizona? What if he just likes it here, like his wife likes it here, his family likes it here? What if he just wants to stay here and he doesn't, at this point, feel like it's worth a very, very small amount for him to play an additional year and have to live in San Diego?
Cease and Snell.
3 years out of the, three more years instead of being here at home in Arizona, where his family is also going to be. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. I mean, these baseball players, they already pretty much live on the road, for 6 months out of the year as it stands with their schedule and everything that they go through. But man, it's nice when you come home for 10 days to be living in the same house that your wife and kids are living in versus you staying in some, shared space essentially that the team put together for you so that you could live in Arizona, right? Or in San Diego in this case, right?
Or you rent a house, but you're just not with your family full time or whatever. So it's it's different for everybody. But I think that, Merrill Kelly is clearly an Arizona guy. I would, if all else was equal, I think I would prefer to live in Arizona as well, given, that's what I've known my whole life. I feel like that's just pretty natural human behavior.
For sure. Well, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side of this break, we are going to talk about World Baseball Classic, including these games that are going on right now. Cuba taking on Panama, and we got Venezuela taking on the Netherlands. We're going to talk about all of the results and Damon's favorite thing, Shohei Ohtani hitting bombs in Japan. Let's do all that on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the World Baseball Classic podcast. If you are looking for representation after a serious injury or accident, remember that the lawyer you hire matters. You got to do your research, and Mark and Alexis Breyer are the husband and wife law team. They are who you should call first. Phoenix is their home, where they raise their 8 children and where their focus is always client results and giving back to the community. This team brings hundreds of years of combined trial experience, and they have multiple certified specialists in personal injury and wrongful death. In Arizona, the state bar has certified less than 1% of all lawyers as specialists in injury and wrongful death litigation. That is why the husband and wife law team are the law team you can trust. They cannot guarantee the outcome of any legal case. However, there are promises that they are proud to make to their clients. And when it comes to their relationship with those clients, you can cancel their fee agreement at any time for any reason. You'll receive as much in your pocket as they receive for their fee, even if they have to reduce their attorney fees to do so. And you may speak with one of their lawyers as often as you choose about anything you want to discuss. If you've had a serious injury, call the husband and wife law team first at 602-783-8841 or visit their website at the link in our show description and tell them PHNX sent you. And everybody needs a checking account, so make sure you get a checking account that gives back to you. Mountain America Credit Union is not only an incredible credit union to bank with, but they offer the My Style checking account that is perfect for your lifestyle. Everyone needs that checking account, but get one with built-in benefits. The Mountain America My Style checking account has perks just for you, including restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, and so much more. They have discounts on loan rates. They offer discounts on travel and events, and they have new features, new offers being added every single day. So make My Style for your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle to apply today. Insured by NCUA, membership is required based on eligibility. Some benefits require no cost registration activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions do apply. Well, we are blessed with a day filled with baseball today. Like I said, 2 Arizona Diamondbacks spring training games, no matter where you're at. West side, east side, there's a game near you. Plus, we have all of this World Baseball Classic action happening on FS1, FS2, and Tubi. I got to get back into my Tubi membership or whatever. Man, but I got to do it because we got to watch these games. I think Cuba did end up finishing off the job, Damon. You might be able to correct me on that or check into those. Cuba was up 3-1 in the 9th inning. I think they ended up holding on. They did. And then Venezuela right now is up 6-2 on Netherlands. We'll keep an eye on that one. But so far, the World Baseball Classic rolls on. The biggest surprise has been Australia. They rolled over Chinese Taipei in the first game of World Baseball Classic play. They opened up with a 3-0 shutout victory over that team. Was considered kind of an upset. And then they came back in their second game to cook Czechia by a score of 5-1. The Aussies scored 5 runs on 9 hits and improved to 2-0 in pool play. So now Australia technically leads pool C after 2 days with their 2 victories. They become the first team to reach 2 wins in the tournament. More importantly, Damon has decided to back Australia as his second team behind the Dominican Republic, as many of you know. And I think that decision has translated over to the Aussies now kind of acting in the spirit of Damon, right? Bringing Damon's energy to baseball games. If you have not seen this, Aussie catcher Robbie Perkins does not want to be your friend. In the game against Czechia while he was behind the plate, a Czechia batter who, I don't know who the batter was particularly for Czechia. He came over to offer a handshake to Perkins before his at-bat. And Perkins just said, nah, not interested in it.
Nah, mate.
Nah, mate. Nah, mate. You can stick that right back in your pocket. That's probably the best way. That's probably a terrible Australian accent. But apparently Sam Bloom spoke to him and he asked him about the incident. Robbie Perkins said it's just a competitive thing and nothing personal. He says if he sees the Czech team at the hotel, he'll check in. That's a good one. That's a good one, Robbie Perkins. He also said, quote, there's absolutely no malice. This was just apparently Robbie Perkins being in game mode and having no interest in your handshakes, your daps, or your pleasantries. Some see this World Baseball Classic competition, aka tournament, as a way to bring the world together. Not Robbie Perkins. Not this catcher. He sees this as a way to further divide us. He sees this for what it is. This is a game for international superiority here, and he wants to make sure that everybody understands he's here to play the game. Damon, thoughts on him not shaking hands with the Czechian bat?
That's just not how us Aussies. That's not how we roll.
No. We're nice, right? We're friendly? No, we're not friendly.
In competition.
Not in
sport.
competition.
Yeah, I mean, in general, on the streets, I'm sure. But,
sure.
You know, this is between the
lines.
lines.
When you come to my house, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is between the lines, brother.
Yeah. No, I get it. I get it.
And Derek, would it shock you to let you know that I have purchased an Australia hat?
No, it would not shock me to know that. It's going to look awesome with your Perdomo Dominicana jersey for sure.
For sure. Also, a little bit of an update on something we were talking about earlier. Via Alex Weiner, Corbin is taking live ABs at this exact moment.
Let's go.
Got a line drive earlier. And that would have dropped for like an extra base hit. So Corbin's
sweet.
I mean, he's also maybe Lourdes gave him some of his Wolverine powers.
Maybe a little bit. Well, we already knew Corbin was special.
True.
He's not human. Another guy that's not human, Shohei Ohtani, obviously. Japan beat Chinese Taipei so badly that they probably should just exit the tournament now. I mean, they're 0-2, so they probably are eliminated as far as pool play goes. But Japan beat Chinese Taipei 13-0. The game ended early under the mercy rules after 7 innings. That's how bad this got. Japan's offense exploded with a 10-run second inning. Shohei Ohtani hit a grand slam in that inning and finished the game with 5 RBI total. Yoshinobu Yamamoto was on the mound for Japan. He went 2 2/3 innings, giving up no hits and no runs. He walked 3, the only blemish of his outing, and he struck out 2. The Japanese team out-hit Chinese Taipei 13-1, and Japan went 7 for 15 with runners in scoring position. Obviously, now Japan immediately establishes themselves as the favorite there in Pool C, but Australia would say not so fast, at least for now. So can't wait to see that Australian-Japan matchup, by the way, Damon. That is going to be electric. Absolutely electric.
I mean, I'll tell you what. If Australia finds a way to win that game, I don't even know how I'll act.
I know. I know.
I might not need to be on the podcast for a little bit.
I mean, we might have to do an emergency pod after that happens for sure. But right now, live, we have Mexico taking on Great Britain on FS1, and the Netherlands taking on Venezuela. By the way, Ohtani in that game, like I said, 3 for 4, 5 RBI, 1 double, 1 grand slam, as advertised. Just absolutely as advertised. And
I mean, the whole tournament is cooked for him, Derek. We went over this already.
I know.
It's been established. They literally set up the entire bracket for Ohtani to add to his resume. So I don't even know why we're sitting here.
Giving Japan home games definitely doesn't seem...
I mean, it's in Tokyo. It's in Tokyo. All these games are full of 40,000 Japanese fans going crazy at everything Ohtani does. He's probably taking swings in the batter's box, and they're oohing and ahhing. You know what I mean?
100%.
Then he hits the grand slam. I'm sure the building was shaking. And, I mean, yeah, it's just an insane home field advantage. Not to mention their route to the final is ridiculously easy. I mean, I can't anymore. There's one team I'm not rooting for Team USA. I ultimately will probably find myself rooting for Team USA. I just keep saying it.
You just have to have the circumstances be correct for you to root for Team USA.
Well, if Clayton Kershaw's on the mound, I'm rooting against Team USA. That is a designated fact. But it remains to be seen whether or not, while I'm watching these games, if I naturally start rooting for Team USA. I will be rooting for the Dominican Republic. I will be rooting for Australia, who's gotten off to a great start, as you said. But I am rooting against my enemy, as I often do. And I care just as much about my enemy's demise as I do about my own teams. And in this circumstance, my enemy is Shohei Ohtani, and he plays for Team Japan.
And he's crazy. He's insane.
I don't really care about anybody else. I only want him to lose.
I got to give a shout out to the celebrities in person there in Japan. And no, I'm not talking about Timothée Chalamet. I'm not talking about Babani. I am talking, of course, about our very own Groundhog Mama. I believe Cogs is with her, and I think also Zabe and her husband are out there watching World Baseball Classic in Japan.
Sounds like so much fun.
I'm very jealous. Yeah, that's like to take a vacation planned, especially internationally, to a place like Japan.
I'd take Miami.
Place to go.
I'd take Miami to go watch these Dominican Republic games
for sure.
And have some cafecito with my boy. over here.
Cafe con leche?
Oh, my God.
I'll get that Cuban coffee. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And on the other side of this break, we're going to talk a little bit more about the, I guess, 5 or 6 more games that we have here today on the docket for World Baseball Classic, as well as let you guys know about our watch-alongs for the World Baseball Classic that we have planned coming up. We're pumped for that. So, of course, we're going to talk about that on the other side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. You're watching the PHNX Diamondback Show. Well, I'm still fired up about those comments about Arizona, and I am here to defend our great state. And Pure Edibles is here with me as well. They were founded in Arizona in Flagstaff up at Noble Herb Dispensary, and they are now much more than just a simple edibles company. They have a wide variety of candies for you to choose from, as well as their collaboration with Mother Road Brewing Company on an all-in-one THC device. But right now,
they're also brothers in arms when it comes to fighting for the great state of Arizona. As you said, Derek, they will go to war with us. Pure Edibles hand in hand with us, grabbing their pitchforks, their torches, and ready to storm down Friars Territory podcast.
That's right. And we have plenty of supplies thanks to them. And we know with those supplies that we will be feeling good. We will be well rested, and we will be in the right mindset to take on anybody that has anything negative to say about the fine state of Arizona. But of course, Pure Edibles has a wide variety of delicious flavors and effects that you will find clearly listed on each tin. They also have that collaboration with Mother Road Brewing Company, where they bring you the Tower Station all-in-one THC device. That same Tower Station IPA delicious flavor, including those citrusy notes and those piney hops, but this in a portable all-in-one THC device. So make sure to not miss out on this collab, as well as the wonderful products that Pure Edibles has to offer. Go find yourself some Pure Edibles products from one of over 130 dispensaries across Arizona. And the Window Depot is the perfect place for you to go get started on your next project right now. I've been warning you, the heat is almost on. It's not on yet. We had a brief moment with it, but it'll be back. But before it's back, let's make sure we get all those renovation projects done in our home. And a great place to get started is the Window Depot. Yes, they have windows and they can help you replace yours in your home, but they also have way more than that, including flooring, which right now is currently only available in Tucson, but will be coming to Phoenix soon, as well as doors, skylights, cabinets, countertops, sinks, and so much more. Contractors absolutely love the Window Depot because of their job site ready quantities. You don't have to worry about things that you find on their website not being in stock when you get to the store. They also love their unbeatable prices. And of course, there is no membership fee when you go to the Window Depot for contractors or for us. So make sure to stop by today. If you're having a hard time getting started on that project, they have in-house designers that can help you get started on your next project. And it is absolutely free at no extra cost. From cabinets to countertops, they make it simple. The Window Depot, more than just a window store. Visit thewindowdepot.com and get started on your next project today. Well, we have a fun update from the Venezuela-Netherlands game, right? Our guy, Damon, do you want to let everybody know on our
Druw Jones? I mean, knocks himself a 2 RBI double, or I'm sorry, I guess it was a 1 RBI double, and then I guess he was responsible for he got a sac fly on the other Netherlands RBI.
So he's 1 for 1 with a double and 2 RBI?
He's 1 for 2 with a sac fly and a 2 RBI.
Let's go.
So he did get out in another AB, but
love to see it, love to hear it, and of course you love all of this action happening today. This very much is reminiscent of like the Winter Olympics that we just had here, Damon. Like this reminds me of, the pure joy of being able to turn on a TV at any point and have baseball be on. This is great. And of course, high stakes baseball too. These games matter. Right now, like we said, Netherlands and Venezuela are in action. We got Mexico and Great Britain also happening right now. And of course, we got 2 Diamondbacks performing in that game. Mexico is currently up 1-0 on Great Britain. We do have Christian Robinson, who is currently 0 for 2 for the Brits out there. And our guy, Alec Thomas, 0 for 2 for Mexico. So right now it's a push between those 2 Diamondbacks players. And now Great Britain just scored with a Harry Ford home run, which happened right now as we speak. That's a tie ball game. Great Britain, they are not going to be pushed around, even though their jerseys are whack. We've talked about Great Britain's jerseys being bad quite a bit. Panama's jerseys are pretty bad too. Their logo across the front, kind of garbage, plain, boring, don't like it. This is a chance for these international teams to show some flair. Like, who is stopping them from making these jerseys outrageous? Let's stop with the classic world designs. Let's get ourselves a Serpientes or like a Tampa Bay Rays City Connect jersey kind of. I need some flashy colors. I want something new. I want something sick. Let's see these teams try a little harder, but we get to watch them all day today. Like I said, we got after this, we got Puerto Rico taking on Colombia. That's our first chance to see those two teams play in Pool A play. We also have Nicaragua taking on the Dominican Republic tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. USA takes on Brazil at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we got Chinese Taipei taking on Czechia in a game of who's going to come in last in that pool. But this is going to be a fun weekend, fun week of baseball action, and we are bringing you some watch-alongs next week and for the championship game. So join us next Monday as we are going to do a watch-along, Damon and I, here for Team USA versus Team Mexico. And that's on Monday here on the other side of this weekend. And then 1 week and 1 day later for the championship game, Damon and I will be back for a watch-along to sit here and emote about that amazing game. And hopefully you guys join us to watch all of the action and be there with us. But speaking of being there with us, we also have another fun surprise for those of you that might be looking for something to do tomorrow. Damon and I are going to be doing this very podcast essentially live on stage in Mesa, Arizona as part of their baseball block party that they have going on out there. It's absolutely free. We are going to be joined by Augie Ojeda and Chris Owings, and we are going to have a lot of thoughts not only on their teams, but obviously on this current Diamondbacks team. So it's an absolute blast. I was out there last year for it. We had a great time, and this year my guy Damon is joining me on stage. So of course, if you have nothing to do this Saturday, if you're maybe going out to a spring training game, maybe stop by, at least come out and say hi. We will be out there. I think we're going to be out there around 11 a.m. So join us for that. We have so much baseball to talk about, even though we still don't have very much significant baseball to talk about. The biggest updates here from today being, of course, what you guys were talking about there, what Damon brought up, courtesy of our guy Alex Weiner over at Arizona Sports 98.7. Corbin Carroll taking some live at bats. You love to see that. It feels like Corbin is going to be not only ready for opening day, but we might actually see Corbin get out there for a live game here in spring training before we get to opening day. That would be very encouraging and a great sign to see. We also have, updates here on guys that, we're hoping to hear some good news on soon. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. being one of them. Christian Mena is a guy that was shut down. We would love to hear of that he got his throwing program going back again. Probably not a guy that we expected to factor into the starting rotation, but again, a guy who would probably be at the top of the list as far as depth is concerned for this team. So we don't want to see Mena miss too much time, nor do we want to see Lourdes, even though it seems like the Diamondbacks have their outfield covered for the most part with the way that Waldschmidt, Lawler, and even Tim Tawa has been playing so far, and Tommy Troy, another guy who can add to their depth in the outfield as well. But it's a fun day. It's a fun day for baseball. It's a Friday. Hope you guys all have yourselves a great weekend. Of course, we talk a lot of baseball on here, but we are also, Damon, your official Jelly Bean podcast. So I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't give you some shots of Jelly Bean here before we got out of here. At least, the standard. We put together like essentially Jelly Bean pictures that are ready to go at all times.
Should I make it where it's like we toggle through them a little bit? So there's we see one and then it's like we don't get to see the next one for a while or something.
Yeah, I think we should. I think that we.
So it's a bit of a surprise.
Putting and then 4 pictures of Jelly Bean on one shot, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much cuteness. It's a cuteness overload. So
you might need to I know Derek, you're on top of things, but we might need you to grab a couple more pictures for the podcast.
That I can do.
Like update us live.
What I would be happy to do, Damon, in fact, is I'm not even gonna just grab pictures from the internet randomly. I'm gonna go out to World Wildlife Zoo and take some pictures yourself personally.
Yeah.
That's the best way to make sure that
you should bring Danielle with you and get some like really good shots.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be fire.
I just want to meet Jelly Bean. Look at him. Look at him. He's perfection. All right. Well, that's all we got. We're only going to give you a little bit of Jelly Bean. But hopefully that improves your weekend. I did see Danielle's actually here. You bring her up.
That's crazy.
She's like Joe Hendry. You say her name and she appears.
That's
right?
wild.
As well as John Curtis, of course, as many of you know. But we thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate you stopping by. We will be back here on Monday. Unless you stop by to join me and Damon out in Mesa tomorrow, then you'll get to see us live there. But if not, we'll see you back here at noon on Monday with some updates from over the weekend. And of course, more updates on the World Baseball Classic, as well as our watch along there for Team USA versus Team Mexico. Until then, we hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Make sure you follow us on social media. I am at Cap_caveman with a K. He is at Damon Dawg with a DAWG at the end. And we are all Damon's dogs. Bark, bark. Our show is at PHNX_Dbacks, but as always, all roads lead to at PHNX_sports on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate you sharing a little bit of it with us. We'll see you back here next week. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. And remember, kids, baseball is fun, but it's so much more fun when you finally admit that Team Japan is going to win it all.
We all silly like the mayor.